Good morning, Facebook. How are you guys? I am good. I am very tired. I do not know why. The last 2 days, I've been just waking up so tired. So tired. My husband slaughtered a couple chickens for me yesterday. We have one. We named him Buckbeak, right? So, Buckbeak, it's a little sad. He has a cross beak like this, and he wasn't going to survive the winter. So we have a heater for the water, but our water is dispersed through nipples where they have to pack the nipple and it comes out. So he packs the nipple, but his beak is like all the way over there, and it's a rooster. So you don't want to breed these things. Good morning, Brandy from Lockport. You don't want to breed them because it is said that the genetic defect can be passed on, right? So this poor bird, what I learned is do not name your birds. He's the only one we named outside of the rooster, and I felt bad because he's only alive because we put so much effort into it. Hello, Texas girl on Locals. Good morning, everybody. I think I'm going to put my hair up. I mean, my hair is floofy today. Floofy. Weird floofy hair. I have to go to neck specialist at the end of the month. I think I might have pre-celebrated being okay with my lymph node, but they know it's a lymph node, so something's wrong with my lymph node. And it is not thyroid. So I'm like, oh, great. That makes me feel better, which is not at all. So gotta go in. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep my hair this length just for a little bit. Because for a long time I had the bob, and it was fun. Come on. But I've had it for a few years, you know, so I'm kind of over it. My hair, I think, looks best that way. I'm just a little over it. Hello. So we have all this new jewelry. This is my favorite for the fall. I wanted to show you guys. Little pumpkin earrings with this little pumpkin latte bracelet. Look how fucking cute this is. With little pumpkins. I think this is a pumpkin spice latte. I mean, I don't get that. Maple leaf. What is this one? Oh, pumpkin pie. Yeah, I was like, that is too cute. So I like that. And then I got this beaded one. But I don't know what I'm going to wear it with yet. Good morning, everybody. So, of course, we all saw the whole shenanigans with that congresswoman, like, getting fondled in the theater. I can't even believe this is a thing. First off, everyone's like, well, she claims she's a Christian. Joe Biden claims he's a Catholic and he's pro-abortion. Like, what are you guys going to pick up? They're all liars. All of them. All of them. And they're acting so outraged. Oh, this politician lied. She lied and said she believed in Jesus. Fucking Obama lied and said he believed in Jesus. He doesn't believe in God? Are you fucking kidding me? And if he does, it's to, like, oppose God. I'm like, why are people like, oh, it's only bad when, like, a conservative lies? I'm like, all of them. At all times. All they do is lie. Isn't it so cute? It's in my store right now. The necklace, I wasn't sure about, but I got it anyway. But these earrings and this bracelet are lit. Lit. I believe you can get them separately. But I don't know about this. I guess I could wear it on a lower thingy. Let's see. Okay. First off, I'm sure that Congresswoman, guys, full disclosure, I'm sure she's a terrible person. Guys, They're politicians, they're liars, they fuck kids every day, every fucking moment, fucking kids. Oh, but conservatives are supposed to be from Jesus. No, they're liars. They're liars. Oh, but in the magical land of Lala, I like to pretend that conservatives are supposed to uphold their promise. They're liars. It's the same party. What the fuck? How brainwashed is everyone? Ooh, but I like to believe there's two parties because I'm an idiot. I'm a useful idiot in the ushering in of communism. Liars. Liars. Like, every politician is worthless. Oh, but my politicians, the good, they tell me nice little lies. They're all horrible. And of the things they're doing, that was like the less of evils. Like, okay, so she got her tit grabbed, and everyone's like, oh my god, oh, why, I never. Oh, I'm selling my pussy on OnlyFans, but I'm on Twitter complaining that she got her titty moved. But if you want to, like, buy my pussy on OnlyFans, that'll be $59.99. But I am outraged that this chick got her tit grabbed. Also, why are there cameras in theaters? Can anyone answer me that? Like, what the fuck? I'm not okay with it. You shouldn't be okay with it. Dude, they're the same party. Like, I don't believe she's a good Christian woman. Like, why? Well, conservatives are supposed to actually follow the rules. Really? Go tell Mitch McConnell that. Like, what fucking land do people live in? I'm like watching people get mad at this woman, and I'm like, she's probably just a fucking idiot. Just like the rest of them. Like Nancy Pelosi's like, I use all the inside things to make money, millions off the American people. I, Nancy Pelosi, do insider trading, and you'll never do anything because you're all brainwashed idiots. And no one did anything except go, Republicans are bad. That's what happened. Someone's like, well, you're all mad about Hunter Biden having sex with people. I'm like, no. I totally expect politicians and their kids to fuck hookers. Full disclosure. Full disclosure, guys. That's why when they're like, Trump said something about someone's vagina, I'm like, are you serious? Like, these people are like fucking prostitutes in their office. I'm not mad about that. I'm mad that he's taking private rides on Air Force Two to get Chinese money to screw over the American people. His sex life is pretty disgusting, but, like, that's just of no consequence in my life, and I don't care. So for all you conservatives who pretend you care, dude, they're all idiots. Here's the thing, and I've noticed this. There are people who are like, I want my politician to lie real good so I can say they're mature and wonderful. And then when there's an immature one, I'll be like, oh my God, they don't lie good. It makes no sense to me. Like, first off, is she doing what she's supposed to do? Probably not. Like, if you go to wherever she's supposed to, like, be doing things, she's probably not doing anything. She's probably there to make money, get her titties grabbed in a theater. Like, I've grabbed my husband, and I love how people, especially the left, who go to pride events with, like, people's tits flopping around, are acting like if the Steven Crowder tape, that was terrifying. That anyone would tape someone in their home. It's like, that woman made the choice to marry that man. I'm sorry. Like, if you think that's verbal abuse, you have no idea. I have heard much worse, okay? Like, towards me. So, I'm like, dude, that is so violating for you to get the upper hand. How about this? Your picker was broken, girlfriend, and you chose to marry the wrong man. Just leave. Just leave. Like, I had friends that had emails and videos of my ex, and they're like, we're gonna get them, we're evil women, we're gonna do evil. I'm like, no, dude. No. Delete that shit, and if you do it, you're not my fucking friend. I'm sorry. Yeah, pumpkins won. It's pumpkin time. I'm like, yeah, so I'm not playing that game. You know? My ex did a good enough job on television for everyone to see on his best behavior, showing who he is. That was his best behavior. I was no better. I just cried all the time, and then I would drink and smoke weed to, like, escape. It's like, grow up, me. I need to grow up. Somebody help me grow up. All right. Let's start doing something to my face here. Just something. Loving the pumpkins? I like it. No autumn tree yet. It's September. So September, October, November, December is a long time to have a Christmas tree up in your house. I was thinking of early October of putting it up. Right? So, the outrage is stupid. The vaping is what I find rude. I love when they're like, there were kids there and they were all looking. No, they weren't. But you're okay with drag queens twerking their fucking balls in kids' faces, asking for them to shove dollars down their G-string? It's fake outrage. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's just dumb. It's stupid. She's probably a piece of shit, full disclosure, because she's a politician, so I'm going to assume she's a piece of shit. Full disclosure. Just a terrible piece of shit. So I'm not, like, defending this woman's honor, but, I mean, I've had my boob grabbed in a theater, and I'm not a piece of trash for it, and no one knew, and no one was like, I'm secretly recording as blackmail. Like, what the fuck? Now, the vaping was fucked up, because people knew that. So, that's fucked up. Hey, look. My ex-husband's probably a completely different person now. I hope he quit drinking. I hope he's happy in his life. You know? We were really bad for each other in the end. And that's that, you know? She blew it at people, well then she's a piece of shit. I didn't go watch the video because I just thought it was so violating. I'm like, that's gross. One, I don't need to see some fucking politician get her titties fondled. It's not like top of the list of things I want to do, you know? Like, oh, today I really need to see this chick get her boobs grabbed. Our politicians are always going to be pieces of shit for as long as people pretend that they're going to be on a high horse about one or the other. Lisa Marie, thank you for the stars. Well, yeah, she's a conservative, definitely, because she's bashed so much. It's just getting tiring. But she's probably not really conservative. Just throwing that out there. She probably just lied so she can make some money and shit. And everyone's like, oh, this is so shocking. Nancy Pelosi's like, I'm Catholic, but support abortion, kill the babies. It's like, you're not Catholic. Kill them, murder them, women's rights. Jesus says scramble their brains and suck them out. That's not what Jesus says. You're a liar. You worship the Dark Lord. I don't care where you stand on abortion, but I was raised Catholic. You can't support abortion, you fucking idiots. I'm a selective Catholic. I just select which parts I will No, dude. Like, you can't do it. You can't do it. That's not being Catholic. That's considered worshiping Satan. I didn't even know that chick's name, Lauren Boebert. I just know it's that chick with the gun. That's all I know. And I'm like, she probably, like, just got training to, like, do it. So when she got voted, she could show off to her constituents and be like, I have a gun. Like, I don't trust these people. I'm not confused at all. They're all liars and they all fucking worship Satan. Like, seriously, if a politician comes up to your face, just hold up a cross. Just be like, no. Go away, Mitch McConnell. AOC, and your commie bullshit, get the fuck away from me, you commie Lenin supporter. Shoot. Just make them go away. That's right, Holly. But there are no sides. They all get together in a big room. And they're like, what are we going to lie to the people about? Power serum, really good anti-aging. I'm about to use this on my face. They're like, what are we going to lie to the people about? What can we pass to make it look like we're fighting for them, to make them shut up? And then I think both sides agree, okay, well, this year we're going to overturn Roe versus Wade because we'll raise so much money off those stupid women that just want to kill their babies. They're so dumb. Look how dumb they are. We're going to get all their money. They're so fucking dumb. This is what they do. And they're like, great, yeah. You overturn Roe versus Wade and we'll be like, threats to democracy. And we'll get all this money. They're so fucking stupid. And then they go out and they're like, okay, we got our game plan for this year. We're just going to tell all these people that everything's a threat to democracy, and, you know, they agree what they're going to overturn and what they're going to do and what they're going to act outraged about, and then they line their pockets, and then we are like, we're dumb. It's like a rigged boxing match, and we're all betting on it because we're so fucking dumb. We don't realize it's all rigged. Even though the evidence is all there that it's rigged. It's all right there. Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi being in office as long as they were, it's rigged. It's rigged, guys. Like, it's a big club and we ain't in it. That's what George Carlin used to always say. All right. SPF 25. Little bit of sunblock in my day cream. That's why when people start fighting about this shit, like really getting into each other, I'm like, imagine being a politician. And everyone's like, Bill Gates is trying to kill us and all this stuff. I'm like, of course they are. Look how stupid we are. Look at how we actually fight about politicians like they care about us. Like we pretend, well, my side's the lesser of two evils. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I believe there's two sides. Look how dumb I am. And then we yell at each other. Like, I'm sorry, Texas is a red state. What have they done to really stop what's happening at the border? That guy's like, I say words. Look at my words. Oh, conservatives, hear my words. I'm saying them. My name's Abbott. Words. Oh, I got words. That's all he does. That border's wide open and they're pouring in. And he's like, I'm over here saying words about God and Christianity. Vote for me. And everyone's like, dude, okay. Conservatives are the good, and Democrats are the bad. No, I'll say on paper, I would rather vote for conservatives with the whole psychopathy of like preying on children. That shit, I am not okay. If a kid can't get a tattoo and if they can't pound a bottle of Jaeger, why the F can they pump big pharma pills in them? Why the fuck can they make decisions about their gender? That is insane. Insane. I think it's an attack on gay men and gay women. I do. I think it's like some secret conservatives behind the whole movement. Like, we will flip those gays and make them the correct gender, and then we'll get those gays. We'll get them good. We'll chop them up with scalpels and infest their brains with meds, and they'll be on meds for the rest of them. We'll make all the money off of them. That's what I think is happening. Customers for life. Did you see that hospital, that video? They were so gleeful that they had customers for life. Pelosi is running fit for another term. Dude, Pelosi looks like the Crypt Keeper. Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi look like... What is that? Remember that Stardust movie with the witches? And they need a star to like suck out her essence to look young, but they're all decrepit and falling apart. They're like, we need more of your children, America, and we'll run children. What the fuck? Well, it's not just population control. I mean, think of the money you can make off a whole... This is the a new... Ultimate eye cream. Feels so good. I'm going super anti-aging today. Think of the money you can make off a whole population of people that have to be on drugs for the rest of your life. Instead of celebrating a perfectly healthy body, instead of convincing women that think they need boob jobs and all this stuff, and people who think they need to change genders, which you can't do. You can just mutilate your body to look certain ways. Just as your boobs aren't getting bigger. You're just mutilating your body, ladies, with sacks of silicone. which is not healthy to be in your body. Even if it's saline, the bag is silicone. You have a plastic Ziploc bag in your body, not healthy. We should all collectively look down on this. Now, I'm libertarian. I'm like, you shouldn't stop people, but we should collectively be like, self-mutilation for vanity is insane, and we all need to stand up, and we all need to shame it. Make shame great again. That's what I say. It's a operation to make money. If you're broken up here, chopping up your body isn't going to fix it. Making sure you can never orgasm again? I'm sorry, for those of you who have orgasmed, there's no argument you can tell me of why it's okay to give children meds that might stop their stuff from developing. It's been documented. And them never orgasming in their life. Like, you are a demon. If you think that's okay. A demon. It's like one of the best things that happens to you in your adult life. You have to be evil to want to take that away. Okay. Let's get something for my face, shall we? I got a lot to do today. I got a lot on my plate, guys. Chanel, thank you for the 250 stars. That's true, right? Crypt Keeper, an apology. No. 93 when he died, and he was still a senator. When you're in your 90s, you don't need to be serving anything. Guys, now, I'm not going to slam 80s or anything, but I've known plenty of people that live to their 90s, and they can still be spry. But we all know, if you believe in the science, as you like to say, 90s, your brain gets hit hard. You got some hiccups. You could still be spry, but you're telling the same stories over and over. I mean, you might as well be smoking weed all day. I love to moisturize, too. My face feels great. Speaking of which, I think I'm going to use the Amazon Berry Boost Moisturizing Firm Mask over everything I just put on, so I can have that ooey dewy look all day. This is my new favorite product. I fucking love it. It makes my skin feel so good. It pops out all my wrinkles. I am such a fan. I am such a fan. Seriously. Arizona has been toppled by LAM plans. We left there. I was like, dude, get me out of here. You know what's so funny? Is people are like, my husband and I were talking about this. We went for a walk. And people are like, you changed when you were with your husband, like, politically. He's not political at all. He doesn't give a shit. That dude's so black-pilled. Flee for your lives. Who gives a fuck? Like, that's where he's at. It's kind of beautiful. And he's kind of been that way our whole relationship. He's like, they're so evil. There's no one good. There's no point. I'm like, valid, right? So then everyone's like, your politics are his. I'm like, how? Maybe when I'm feeling black-pilled, sure. It was the Amazon Berry Boost. It's an overnight mask, but you can wear it throughout the day. You put it on top of your serums and your moisturizers once they get all soaked in. And it's just this, like, super shiny, mega moisturizing. And I don't care that it's shiny because all the wrinkles get popped out, guys. Like, I'm very happy. AI is... Y'all are cheering it on now. Just you wait. Just you wait, motherfuckers. You're going to lose your jobs. I'm going to lose my job. We're all going to be homeless. You're going to be like, wait a minute. What did I cheer on? Be like, bitch, you were all about this, remember? Let's see. I'm going to use a little bit of this. And... Let's dig Bombshell. Bombshell might be nice. AI scares the shit out of me. I just don't know why people... Ooh, minx. I think I'll do minx. Oh no, homeless? Yeah, I don't want to be homeless. I really like my house. Like, I love this house. When we found this house, I knew it was worth more, but it was trashed. So we moved in here. Guys, when we used to walk through the door, we used to be utterly disgusted with our house. But I had a vision, you know? And it took years, and it took forever to even make it move-inable. Like, we would be outside like, oh, it's so beautiful, it's so nice, and we'd come inside and be like, bleh. We had to kills all the floors, walls, like, you name it, we just kills things. Kills it. Just keep killing it. They'd be like, would you like a little more kills here? We're like, kills it all into the ground. Just any moment you think that we don't want kills, know that you're wrong and we want more kills. Like, the people that came here were trying to talk us out of a lot of it, and we're like, no, you kills every floor. Like, the guy who lived here, he had a dog, Minx Palette, and it was a Great Pyrenees. Now imagine, this guy was 90 years old. These are the people running your country. This is a 90-year-old man who was here living on his own. So you can't say, oh, some 90-year-olds are spry. Well, I know it. He let his dog pee on the floor. Everyone took advantage of him because he was getting older and your brain doesn't work the same. Post my arm exercises. Well, starts in the kitchen, kids. And I hate to say it, but genetically, I'm very blessed with a lean upper body. But I do exercise like crazy, and it's heavy weights. Less reps, heavy weights. Yeah, poor man. So when we buy this house, we're outside, and the realtor's like, here's outside and more outside. And we're like, well, you know, what about inside? And we come inside, and I'm like, I was like, dude, there were dead mice in the oven. Like, carcasses everywhere. I was like, okay. So, you know, we thought about selling this year because, holy shit, not only did prices skyrocket everywhere, but we have done enough to this house where it's, like, not only livable, but it's nice, right? So then people were like, oh, we might pay this much. And we looked at each other like jaws on the ground like, what? What? Oh, yeah, the guy who helped create AI said destroy it now. He said it's the worst thing that we could possibly do to humanity. But what does he know, right? I know they're yaying themselves out of existence. Someone's like, AI, yay, you're yaying yourselves out of existence. Yes, Melanie. All right, let's do this, Minx. Let's get in here. Let's minx it up, shall we? Minx it up. So the other day someone was telling me not to go to a kill shelter to save animals. But I'm of a different belief. These animals are on death row. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you go to a kill shelter? Like, you boycotting them isn't going to close them. It's not. It's so funny because everyone's like, adopt, don't shop. Because they say that purebreds are bad. I don't agree with you. Do you think people are breeding Maine Coons and dumping them in alleys? Come on. This is everyone else. This is from adopting and not caring. And y'all know it's the truth. No one's breeding purebred ragdolls and dumping them in a fucking alley for them to just pump out babies. It's not happening. It's a joke. It's a joke. Kill shelters, yeah, they need your help. So that Skynet is right. So they're sitting there like, pick me, pick me. And I'm like, well, you know, I've always gone to a kill shelter. Here's the problem. If the kittens are too young, they won't adopt them out. And they kill them because they don't want to wait. I once stole a kitten and put it in my purse. Full disclosure. They wouldn't adopt it out, and it was red marked, and that whole family was going to die that night. I reached in and I put that fucking cat in my purse. And as I ran past the front desk, and I put $20 in the cage. So I'm like, I'm fine. So I was like running out the front. You can ask my ex-boyfriend. We're like 16 years old. And I was like, please don't meow. Don't meow. And that motherfucker was screaming in my purse. But for some reason, like, God parted the skies. And as I walked out, I was like, bye guys, have a nice day. That cat didn't make a single peep until I got to my car. And I was like, there you go, buddy. You shall live. You shall live. And then my friend went there the next day. She's like, there's no white kittens with blue eyes, with little black faces. I'm like, of course there isn't, because they killed them. And I could only save one. I couldn't shove them all in my purse. I had a tiny purse. Well, hello, Beth. I'm Shadow Band here on Facebook. So if you would like to follow my page, if you go to my main page, those 3 dots, you click them and you choose to be notified all the time. Then you'll see I'm here every Monday and Friday. I'd love for you to come and hang out. We just made fun of the fact that people think there are 2 political parties. And that weird lady getting groped in a theater, like, who cares? It's the vaping that's the problem. Because no one's seeing her get groped except for the guy trying to blackmail her with a video. That's it. That's all, right? That's it. The vaping is rude. If you're one of those vapors that vape around people, you're an asshole. Oh, I saved that kitten. And he was a son of a bitch because he was feral, but I didn't care. I was like, I save you. I save you. Okay, let's see. You know what? I'll halo this. This is my Minx palette. Just gonna minx it up. I couldn't bear it because I knew they were gonna kill him, and he was so beautiful. I named him Smokey because he had the smoky tail and face. I know when you are here because I get the locals email, then I come to Facebook. That's smart. I like that locals emails everybody, notifies them when I'm live. No one misses my stream. No one. And like you just said, some of my Facebook peeps are like, I don't want to pay money, but if I get notified every time you're live through locals, then I'll come. It just sucks. You build this little empire on Facebook, and they're like, we don't like your political views. Tell them all to worship Bill Gates and Joe Biden, and if not, you're punished. I'm like, you're dicks. You're dicks. Seriously. So someone pulled out in front of us going like 2 miles an hour when we were going 70 miles an hour, and I looked right at my husband. I'm like, this is why Bill Gates wants us all to die. This is why they think we're so stupid, because we are. We are. There used to be a point where I thought we could wake people up, like RUSSEL BRAND. Let's talk about him. He was a huge celebrity and no one ratted him out. When the Me Too thing happened, nobody said a word. But when he's like, Big Pharma are bad and they're hurting people and I have proof, here's the receipts, and he's posting the receipts. Big Pharma's evil and they must be held accountable. They stole your money to fund a COVID vaccine. It was you that funded it, and then they stole it and they made all the profits. They're murderous thieves. They stole your money, and now all of a sudden he's a rapist. Oh, really? Oh, yes, it's right before election, and oh, he's very rapey. So when he was a big megastar and someone could have outed him, no one did. Oh, I just waited until right before the election when he could have helped open eyes, and then I was like, oh, he's a bad rapist. I'm like, I don't believe this. This is the oldest playbook. They do this every single time. I don't believe a word of it. I don't believe it. When Me Too happened and everyone was like, believe women no matter what, worship them with no evidence, I was still so scared. No, you weren't. You're so fucking full of bullshit. JFK was killed by a little teddy bear. Ooh, it wasn't our government. Ooh, he was like, I love our government. I don't want to disband the CIA or the FBI. I want to love them like a cuddly teddy bear. And then he died and no one knows why. Linda. Oh my gosh. You broke your leg doing nothing. Firstly, thank you for 2,000 stars. Holy shit. 2, Congratulations, old lady. Breaking your leg, doing absolutely nothing at all. Dude, the pattern's so obvious. And the people who believe it, they don't believe it. They just want to hurt him because he's against what they believe in. My favorite thing is that he's conservative. He wears blouses. He's a vegan and he does yoga. And he probably is like, guns are scary. Like, are you for real? It's so dumb that it like hurts. It hurts me physically when people talk about it because it's so fucking stupid. Like, I feel dumber. Russell Brand's a conservative conspiracy theorist. He posts all the receipts. Like, he posts it for you to read it on screen. It's a conspiracy, even though he has all the evidence. I just want to believe anything Nancy Pelosi says. She loves me so much. Every time I go to sleep, I'm like, oh my God, if there's anyone who loves me, it's Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell. They love me so much, and they're to be trusted over the guy who, like, found God and started a family and left Hollywood and started asking questions. Here's what's funny. Where's Epstein's client list? They're like, everyone focus on Russell Brand because we're over here fucking kids getting away with it. Like, I can't. I cannot. Also, why are there all these cameras catching this Boebert chick, but there were no cameras in Epstein's cell? Not one. Don't you want to ask questions? And if you ask too many questions, they do to you what they just did to Russell Brand. People attack people who speak out because people are cowards. Have you ever watched V for Vendetta? When you stop being afraid and you stand up together and you say enough, you just stop being a fucking coward. Dude, the press came for me early this spring because of that elitist actress and her husband, who's the son of an elitist actor, decided to use me as their PR thing and pretend I body shamed her, which I didn't. And she has a really bad habit of pretending everyone does this for attention. It really sucks because I really enjoyed her as an actress. I just said she was miscast as fuck. Completely unbelievable in her role. I couldn't even immerse myself in the show anymore because it was so silly and just not believable in any way, right? So the press came for me, and I never apologized, and I'm not going to, because I didn't do what I was being accused of. And I have never suffered an onslaught like that, guys, in my life. I have done a lot of shitty things. Saying someone was miscast in a row for being curvaceous with a tiny voice and being unbelievable is not a bad thing. Like, first off, she needs to man the fuck up. Like, grow a spine, girlfriend. You're in the public eye. Secondly, you know how people are like, people with positions of power, her and her elitist husband are in major positions of power, right? And I'm like over here selling Avon and they decide to just destroy my life for good press. Now, I get it. I get it. I used to be in that industry. I know how the game is played. But I would not say I was sorry. It didn't matter how much pressure there was. No, I would not do it. I would not do it because there was nothing for me to be sorry for. Nothing. Nothing at all. I think sometimes, I'm going to use that dark brown now. I think sometimes people project like what they're feeling inside. So I think this person struggles their whole life with feeling a certain way. So they see it in everything. So if I told you, hey, you're about to walk in a room full of men and I just heard them all say that they want to get you naked and that you're not very smart, you would go in there looking for something that's not there. Say I was just lying, though, and that it wasn't true. But then I've, like, saturated your head with this victimhood. So you go into this room full of men and you're like, they all just want me naked and they all think I'm stupid because I've lied to you. Well, someone lied to her It's like everybody's judging you because of your weight. No, it's because you have a little tiny voice, you're female and a windbreaker, and you're telling big dudes with fucking Viking beards and AR-15s what to do in the apocalypse. It is not believable. And then, I didn't even post this picture of her. She's like in this gown. And look, I'm not a dick. She might be an asshole, but she looked beautiful in it. And she's all curvaceous. And I'm trying to not be rude. And I'm just like, yeah, that curvaceous body does not say warlord. You know why? That says rape and pillage, boys. It's the apocalypse. I'm sorry, but Western civilization, once it topples, there's nobody there to be like, oh, she's just as equal as any guy. No, I'm sorry, but look at the history of mankind. Men will come, and they will take what they want, as they always do. And it's usually the women. And it's not to, like, follow orders. Hey, girlfriend, I was just wondering what all us big, tough men should be doing today. What are our orders for today, little lady? I just thought maybe we could take over and that you guys could do all the work and I'll just tell you where to go and you'll just listen to me because of my agency. So, when it comes to these things, start speaking up, because if everyone starts doing it, it stops. If everyone stands up instead of letting people stand on your throat, it all stops, guys. If you see silly things like fae pronouns, fae, like, come on, guys. It's time. Stop being cowards. You always wondered, like, you know, back in the day, when really bad things happen, be it in Russia, Germany, China, during the Maoist revolution, like, what would have happened if people just stood up and said, enough? My guess is it would all just stop. Because how do you sustain it? It's not so bad when you get canceled. Give them no power. Here I am. I'm still here. Some very famous actress and her very famous husband tried to hurt me and destroy my life. And I'm still alive. You could take everything from me and I still have my husband and my family. I don't have my cat. She's in a box, but I could still have my cat. I could walk around with her. There's other jobs to be had. There's other places to go. Like Dove Soap hiring that chick who lied about a hate crime. She lied. She destroyed this woman's life completely. Have you looked into it? She fucking ruined this girl's life for being white. She's like, I'll get that white chick. I'll destroy that icky whitey. Oh, I'll hurt her so good. I'm going to destroy. And then she's like, I might have lied or misspoke or she probably didn't say it. This chick's life is destroyed. And Dove's like, oh, we should give her money and reward her for being a liar and attacking a white woman. That's a hate crime. She chose a white chick just to destroy her life and made up lies that never happened to do it. And then Dove's like, here's this money. What? Can you imagine that? And that's why I have a problem with the Me Too movement. So there's a couple women that I know. They're liars. They're known liars. They're vindictive. I've had people close to me be like, oh, I should say something about so-and-so. And they meant it. They meant lie and destroy a dude's life because they don't like them. And I said, giving women this tool to destroy others is the most dangerous thing society has ever done. They just handed women miniguns and said, hey, just minigun everyone down to the ground and we'll just be like, oh, she was in the right. No questions asked, no evidence needed, we'll just believe you. That's dangerous. That's so dangerous. Because bitches be lying. Bitches be lying. I had someone try to destroy my marriage on my honeymoon. They called my hotel and claimed that they had been out with my husband the night before he was with me. And they were calling the room asking for him, like, oh, I just met him at the bar and he told me to call him. And I'm like, my husband has autism. So you could be a hot chick and stuff, right? And you can go up to him. He doesn't want to talk to you. If he does, it's just for a second, and then he's got to go. So just her story was unbelievable. Because when I first met him, like, we'd be hanging out, and he's like, okay, I got to go. Before I knew he was a spectrum, and I was like, where the fuck is he going? This was just getting good. Because he had to go decompress and not be around noise and shit. So, like, how is what you're saying believable at all? I would believe it if she called and was like, oh my God, I met your husband. And things were really hitting off and I was really happy. And then he just left and I'm calling to yell at him. I'd be like, that's believable. Now you're in trouble, buddy. But this is what women do. Women are mean and they want to hurt one another. Another example. Women will cheer each other on to get plastic surgery. Not because they think, oh, it's her body, her choice. No, because they know plastic surgery looks bad. They know that there's a million YouTube channels and all this shit devoted to pointing out just how bad it looks on some of the richest celebrities with access to the best surgeons. But they want you to go get it so that you can look like shit. And then they lie and say, oh, it's her body, it's her choice, and all this stuff. And it's like, you're just lying because you want her to look like shit. You want her to go through pain. You want the potential of her looking like shit. And it does look like shit. Look at Megan Fox. I'm sorry. One of the most beautiful women ever. So pretty. It wasn't enough because all her friends are like, your body, your choice. Cut it up. Dice it up. Yeah, girlfriend, yeah. And now we're like, what the fuck is that? A Kim Kardashian? What is that? What is that over there? Women just want to wear each other down, yes. That's dangerous, period, but women are conniving. Women are so... I would rather be in an office full of men like, hey, sweetheart. I'd be like, shut the fuck up, small dick, right? Usually shuts them up. Like, you just have to hit men with what they're used to, and usually they shut up. And all their friends are like, oh, she said you're dick is small. Shut up, Rob. And then it's all over. A room full of women, these bitches will connive and plot on how to destroy your life, your family's life, and your children's children's children. I had all brothers, so when I see the way women treat each other, I'm like, thank fucking God. Thank God. Here's the thing. So women don't like catcalls and stuff. I'm going to be full disclosure here. I've seen women say the worst shit I've ever seen about men all the time. And I've watched women like, oh, he has muscles. I get to touch. I'm a Chester the molester. Touchy, touchy, grabby, grabby, molesty, molesty, assaulty, assaulty. They do it all the time. Go to any bar and a cute guy walks in, especially, oh, you're gay, so I get free range to touch your chest and everything. I'm a fucking sexual assaulter. Look at me. Sexually assaulting you because I have a vagina. I get away with it. Happens all the time. Ask a hot gay guy. How many times do straight women sexually assault you? Oh, it's fine because your pee-pee's soft for me, so I get to sexually assault you. I'm an evil, hypocritical piece of shit. That's me. But if you touch me, I can't. I can't with this bullshit. Like, I just sit back listening to women act like they're victims of everything. I'm like, you've been destroying mankind since your conception. This is what we do. We're fucked up. We're fucked up. Hate that bitch. Hate her. We fucked up. Not buying it. Like, there's a fucking hate club for me. Couple chicks get together and they've devoted their entire lives of following everything I do. We must hold her accountable. Every word, hold her accountable. Stalk her every second. And I mean, this is what these people do. And they're all women. There's not one dude. There might be one angry gay guy. Maybe one. But they're all fucking women. All of them. Psychopaths. Sociopaths. Women are a broken creature. And many of you are like, I don't have many girlfriends. Yeah, gee, why is that, ladies? Why? Why is that? Why do you not have many girlfriends? Any particular reason? Men in strip clubs, and they're nowhere near as crazy as handsy. Dude, old ladies are fucking handsing all over Chippendale dancers. In the beginning of my husband and I's relationship, right, I had a friend have a birthday party, and she wanted me to go to it. It was at a Chippendales club. One, I wouldn't go there single. It's not something I want to go to. It's not something I support. I'm not okay with it. Sure, when I was young and drunk and you want to look cool and you don't want to seem like... My first boyfriend told me that I was a prude, right? Because I was like not into porn, none of this stuff. So I forced myself to try to be the cool chick. Sure, yeah, I'll go to a titty bar. I'll sit in the back. It's fine. I tried so hard. Yeah, sure, this is great. It wasn't. It just wasn't. So when presented with a guy bar, that's what I'm actually really attracted to, right? I was like, no. Just a hard no, guys. Like, we're good on that. I don't need to be there. I don't want to go there. But she got, like, mad at me. And I said, can you have, like, a birthday dinner before you go to the dick club? Because, one, I find it disrespectful to my husband. Because at the time we were dating, and I was like, honestly, if he was like, I want to go to a strip club, I'd be like, no. Like, that wouldn't make me feel good. So why, you treat others how you want to be treated. Why would I go oogle mostly gay men on stage if I wouldn't want my husband to do it to me? And boy, she was just mad. And I was like, girlfriend, like, you know, this is kind of against my beliefs. So even if I was single, I wouldn't go with you. Thank you. They're Avon. Look at the cute little bracelet to go with it. How fucking precious is that? That is a piece of pumpkin pie spice. This is a pumpkin latte. Little maple leaf. Little pumpkin. Super cute. This is pajamas. So it's not as nice as you think. Pajamas. But yeah, that wasn't just my idea of a good time. So, I didn't go. But there was a time when I had cameras in my face and I had to act like I was all cool with everything. It wasn't me. And that's what my husband and I were talking about the other day. It's like where we are now in our life. And everyone's like, well, you changed when you met each other. And he's like, I changed. And yeah, I met you. He's like, but your own spiritual individual journey of like maturing, self-assessment, you do that on your own. He went off and lived in the woods for 72 days and had nothing but his own fucking thoughts as he did shit. And, you go on these spiritual enlightenment journeys. It has nothing to do, like, it's great when you have a nice partner. But I always get mad when people want to, like, attribute my own self-growth to, like, my husband programming me. Anyone that knows me will tell you, I have no problem telling people to fuck off. Seriously. He leaves socks on the floor, and I'm like, dude, fuck off. And he just looks at me like, what? I'm like, I like doing stuff around here, but when it feels like blatant fuck yous, which these socks are, because you know where I want them, which is the basket. That's a blatant fuck you. So I'm saying it back now. Fuck off. I'm no shrinking wallflower. Our anniversary was interesting. I made the wrong choice. We had gone to this restaurant a few times, and it was excellent. And this time that we went, it was... like 3 out of 10. I'm probably never going back. The 2 times it was good before, cannot say what happened. And what sucks is, in our brain, we're like, it was so good before, so we ordered everything to the point where our server was like, yeah, so, the cook yelled at me because he said, you sat a 6 to 8 top and didn't tell us. It was just me and my husband. So the restaurant's dead, right? But it was just like a lot of stuff. So I always cook. Like, I'm eating wings, but there's no napkins at the table. But it's not a busy restaurant, right? So, as a former server, I'm like, where's my napkins? I just have to sit there forever with shit on my hands. And I'm like, if I could just get some napkins. So it's just little things like that where I'm like, you know, when I go out, which is rare, I just want it to be nice. So I think from now on, there's no reason to go to a fancy restaurant. There's a couple of like dive joints that we know of that are excellent. And I think I'll go to those. But yeah, it was such a miss that we were both a little depressed when we left. Like, the fries were kind of cold. So instead of putting our appetizers in and just waiting a second, which could have happened because no one was there, all the food was put in at once. So it sits in that window and rots, right? Instead of coming out hot and fresh. So it just sat and rotted before it came to the table. And it just wasn't good. And I'm like, dude, I don't want my appetizer with my meal. That's not what I want. It's not a fucking appetizer. Like, you're overwhelmed on this little table. There's no room to move because there's 74,000 plates. I'm like, this sucks. And I wish they were really busy so I could blame it on that and be like, well, maybe I'll try it again, but they weren't. So that's what happened. You know, we still tipped great and we had a great time because we love one another. But we both agreed on the ride home that that is not a place we ever need to go to again. Ever. Right? So many complaints of going out to restaurants since the pandemic. I think our problem was, instead of putting in the appetizers so we can have appetizers, it just all got lumped in at once and sat in the window and went cold. Because cold food isn't good. Cold French fries aren't good. So, just so you guys know, this is Minx on my eyes. I like it. I think it really pops the green. I think I need a little bit more eyeliner over here. Well, our waitress was super nice. I would just say she wasn't mega attentive. Which, you know, would have been fine if it wasn't my anniversary and I wasn't, like, really excited to be waited on by someone else. Because usually I'm the one making everything. So, you know, I just looked at my husband and I was like, I really regret just not making all this food myself. Like, because I'm a better cook. Like, there's no reason. And the only reason we did that is because I don't have a deep fryer here. And it's just better to have someone else deep fry because I'm not getting a deep fryer here because it's a mess. Like, good fries, you need a deep fryer. So, is what it is. Shit happens, you know. Poor training by the rest. Look, shit happens. What if someone was on their period? What if it was a bad day? That's fine. So I'm not going to go online and, like, leave a bad review. There's just people trying to work and make a living there, right? But I just won't go back. You know? Just won't go back. The wings were not good because they sat in the window. They were not hot and fresh where you're like, ooh, I have to wait. They were, like, lukewarm. It was very disappointing. Trust me. It was here's the other part. We ate all of it, so the whole time I'm just feeling terrible. Because, you know, you eat all this fried food, and you get the sodium bloat and everything. So I feel terrible. But what makes me feel worse is I did it all for subpar food. Subpar food. So when you eat a whole bunch and it's not very good. I sell Avon, by the way. This is our FMG Cashmere Cream Eyeliner, and I love it. I just put it on my lower inner lids. Claude Floppy Wing. Dude, I was so disappointed. So, lesson learned. The other thing is I hate going to a fine... So there's two bad things. There's fine restaurants that keep you there for 4 hours. There's a really good restaurant. It's great. They drag it out so much. I'm like, please. Like, we're not drinking. I get it when someone's drinking wine. Totally understand. We're not. We're drinking seltzer water. Can we get our fucking food? Like, I love my husband very much, and I don't mind looking into those big, brown, gorgeous peepers. But, you know, this is going on 3 hours. My ass hurts. Like, get this going. Now, if I was drinking a bottle of wine, totally understand. Keep me around, make those sales, but you're not making those sales. Please let me leave. I just want to leave. I just want to eat and leave. I want to eat my appetizers, and it's fine if dinner comes out, but the appetizer's still there, but with a space. Not like, here's your appetizer, and in 30 seconds, here's your dinner. That's not an appetizer anymore. That's my dinner. I wanted that to wet my palate, which it's not doing. Now everything's going cold because you've brought me too much food. Best part is they make their own pasta from scratch. I'm so excited. Pasta from scratch is good for a few things. I think you don't want pasta from scratch if it's baked pasta. But if it's like fresh, like fettuccine on your plate, from scratch is fine. But you don't want from scratch if it's baking, because it gets soggier. So if you're like baking lasagna or a masticcioli, a penne, like something in the oven, just a little Italian 101. And I love Italian. So yeah, Montana's a hard place to eat anyway. It is the number one thing I hear tourists complain about here is how bad the food is. It is pretty bad, guys. Having lived in New York City and Los Angeles before they fell, and enjoying cuisine from all over the world, I would say of all the places I've ever been, Montana probably has the worst food, one step above Russia. Sorry, Russia, your vodka is unbelievable. Unbelievable vodka in Russia. The people are awesome. Cities are super masculine. That food is fucking atrocious. These people have gone through communism. They've gone through hell. They have America constantly bullying them. Seriously, it's what we do. This is a hard people. And their food reflects it. I'm like, ugh. But Wendy, that's not my job. See, it used to be. I used to be a waitress. So my job was to do just that. That's what I got paid for. That's what made me tips. I was a good waitress. I was proud of what I did. I have a letter from my grandma basically saying, I'll love you no matter what you do in your life. Even if you are just a waitress, so long as you're the best waitress there ever was. So I remember getting that letter, and I'm like, Grandma's right. I should be the best fucking waitress there ever was. And then I'm no longer just a waitress. Then I am the waitress. So I aspired for that. Because I'm like, dude, no one's coming here for me to do a bad job. Everyone's spending their hard-earned money to have an experience. And it's my job not to fuck it up. It's like you have one job, bitch. Space your appetizers from your meals. Check on your table a minute after they're eating to be sure they don't need any. Don't come at the end of their meal and ask if they need something else. And if you have too many tables, stop being so fucking greedy and start splitting your section with other people. If you can't fucking hang and you can't fucking handle it, It's time to give others your tables that can. That's your job. Your job is my job is to be like, nummy, food in my tummy, not do your job. I'm giving you like a fucking 50% tip in the hopes that you do your job. Right? So it's principle. That's why I won't do it, because it's the principle. That is their fucking job. They come in, they clock in, they have one job, and it's to do what other people are like, well, if you do their job, then it won't get messed up. I'm like, but that's not how life works. 20%, not 25%. When did it turn to 25%? We always tip over. And if a waitress does a terrible job, she gets 20%. Because we rarely go out. So when we do go out, we show love, you know. We show love. Oh, and happy birthday, by the way, Andrea. I just start going on about pasta. You said the magic P word. I'm like, pasta. Anyway, I wish Russell Brand would have done a statement where he just laughed and been like, yeah, this has nothing to do with me talking about the industrial war complex in Big Pharma. That people just come out of the woodwork right before an election. They never came out before. No one ever said a fucking word. And do you know there's a woman who came forward and she said, I was interviewed by NBC, who's doing a hit piece on Russell Brand. She's like, and I told them we used to fuck all the time. And he was lovely. And he was awesome. And he was kind. And yeah, we fucked all the time. And he was never like lecherous or gross or anything. And then I learned something else. I think being with a super young woman is gross. However, that's legal in England. At 18, you can drink, and heavily. And at 16, a 40-year-old can have sex with you. He's English. Respect others' cultures unless we want to hurt them and protect Big Pharma, then we don't. It's like, dude, that's their culture there. Well, we have to correct it with white privilege culture in America. Okay, well, like, look. Let's say he did do a 16-year-old kid. Let's just say it's legal there. Also, I just don't believe, like, I've had this information, and when the Me Too movement, I didn't step forward. It wasn't politically the time. I had to wait until he started really slamming Big Pharma and got them mad, and then I came forward. Then I felt safe when Moderna and Johnson & Johnson said, we'll help fund you trashing this mean man that's exposing how evil we are. Oh, gee, this is super believable. He is way too far left for me, by the way, with his little vegan top knot blouse thing. But I respect him. I respect the guy. And if it is true, show the evidence. Waiting 20 years, there's no evidence. I'm sorry. There's no evidence. There's just you saying, I'm gossiping, and Moderna's paying me tons of money to slam him. Ooh, that Moderna money. That's all there is. Like, what are you doing? I don't believe you. I don't fucking believe you. You would have been, when Forgetting Sarah Marshall came out, you would have been like, this guy raped me. Like, fuck yeah, that's the time, bitch. He's making that good money. Like, that's the time. Or when Me Too happened, and everyone's like, believe women no matter what. Any word they say, just believe it. Doesn't matter if it's true or not, just believe. Just believe it. What a dangerous, dangerous thing. I had a woman, someone I love very much. She got a divorce, right? So you don't like your ex. And she's like, oh, this one time, I didn't want to have sex and he kept pressuring me. And I gave in, but I didn't want to. It was rape. I'm like, that is not fucking rape. Like, you are talking to someone who has been, that is insulting. I am insulted even hearing you say that. Well, I didn't want to. I'm like, that's like every wife on earth. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't feel like it. My head hurt. Like, are you for fucking real? And then you just throw him a bone anyway. And now you're just saying it's right because you're mad at him? Like, dude, this is the fucking problem. This is the problem with just believing people. Because this is someone I love dearly. And I was like, that's disgusting, dude. And maybe she didn't like me calling her out on it, but I'm like, that's just gross. That's gross. Because you're stealing from real victims. Until you've been brutalized, like you can't even breathe because you're getting choked the fuck out. I'm sorry. If you are too meek and scared to say words, that's on you. You shouldn't be hanging out. If you're too weak, if you're too pathetic as a woman to have any strength to say no, right? I'm not saying people don't still do things. And I totally understand if you just lay there like, get it over with. I can't fight this guy because he's a guy. And there's definite gender differences and men can overpower you and hurt you. That I understand. But if you're like, I was just scared to say no, me scared. I just didn't say anything and he should be a psychic scared. No, fuck you, dude. You shouldn't be hanging out with guys. Ever. If you are so pathetically weak, you can't say words. I'm sorry. You should never go on dates. Nothing. Nothing. You should just stay home and stay away from people because you're too pathetically weak to deal with society. If you can't tell people what you want, that's a you thing. That's not anyone else's fault. That's you. What the fuck? It's everyone else's fault that I have no power inside. No, girlfriend, that's you. Again, I said, if you're in a situation where you're like, I'm going to get physically harmed. I've said I don't want it and I'm scared, so I'm just going to check out of reality. When this is done, we'll handle business. Girlfriend, I'm with you. I get that. But if you're like, I never said a word and I just went along with it, but I felt bad the whole time, I'm like, bro. Why are you hanging out with dudes if you're that pathetically weak? That is a problem that's coming from inside, and that's no one else's fault but your own. He was so powerful, I was scared. Well, then don't hang out with powerful men. Don't work for them. Don't go to their homes. Don't go on dates with them. What are you fucking thinking? It's called self-preservation. If you know, I'm too scared to speak up, then never ever do these things. Know thyself. So for me, I have a hard time saying no when it comes to helping people. My husband is a great partner, and he doesn't let people take advantage of me. So someone will ask something of me, and I hem and haw, and he's like, babe, they're fucking using you. They're using you for your social media. All this shit is bullshit. Say fucking no. And I'm like, phew. But if I didn't have him with me, I kind of avoid DMs and stuff because 98% of my DMs are, do you know Tim Pool? Do you know Joe Rogan? Do you know famous people? Can I use you? Use. So I just don't open them. It's still that way. Yeah, and guys will drug your drink. Why do you have to go out to drink? Can't you invite girlfriends to your house? No, I insist on hanging out with scary strangers that might hurt me. And then I act shocked that they hurt me. Dude, it's a fucking crazy world out there. You really have to meet your girlfriends at a bar? Why don't you go to a pub where people are having some food? A little more tame. A little more safe. Someone's like eating some potato stew over there. Some Irish pub. Why do you have... Well, I have to put myself in a dangerous situation so I can act shocked when... And the whole, like, well, men should act like men. What fucking fantasy land are you living in? 50% of humanity, both male and female, are evil. Well, they should just respect me. Well, fucking good luck on that. I go out my door, like, 50% of the people out here will do me harm. Be it on purpose or through their own ignorance. I can be hurt by them. They're dangerous to me. Self-preservation. Can I say I love my eyes like this? Is that okay? Are we good there? Because I do. I love my eyes like this. I'm on the fence. I don't think I want to put on any makeup on my face. My little age spots over here. I feel like the retinol's helping. My retinol serum from Avon's pretty rad. I feel like it's helping. Dude, women demand that every movie be about how powerful they are. But then in real life, they're like, I'm so scared and pathetic. I didn't know I could say no. Come on, dude. Who raised you? A fucking slug under a rock? Man up, ladies. Woman up. Hold on. I gotta turn this light off. The sun is coming up. It's a beautiful... Hi, dog. Say, I'm a female. I'm a bitch. Come here, bitch. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come up here. Hey. Come up here. Come on. Come on. Come. Hi, bitch. Boop. Thank you. She's a good bitch. She's a good bitch. Thanks. And he thinks he's being targeted by certain people. Oh, totally. They do it every single time. Every single time. Jordan Peterson, he's like, I will not be compelled and forced to say things that aren't true. Here's the thing. I stand by this. In 5 years, you are going to be forced to tell schizophrenic people that not only do you believe they hear those voices, but that you hear them too. And that they're real voices. Because that's what we're doing today. Any thought I have, any fake belief I have in my head, you are forced to say you believe it too. Otherwise, we label you terrible names. That is fucked up. That's like me going up to people saying, Jesus is your Lord and Savior. Say it. It's like, no. No. Little peach cobbler. Little peach cobbler lip oil. It's not right. Oh, Assange, same shit. It's character assassination. They did it to JFK with the whole Marilyn Monroe and everything. They're like, we're going to kill him, but we're going to assassinate his character. They did it with Martin Luther King Jr. They're like, ooh, he's getting the people riled up. They're listening to him. We have to assassinate his character and say he cheats on his wife and all this other stuff. Like, we have to assassinate the character of these men. So, yeah. I think in like 4 or 5 years, we are going to be forced to tell schizophrenics that we hear the voices too. That can be the only answer to this, right? Let me see here. I want to thank Linda, and I'm sorry you broke your fucking leg, girl. Chanel and Lisa Marie. You guys, thank you for the stars today. I really appreciate it. I really like the minks on my eyes. Don't you? Look how red my eyes are. They're red all the time. The other day I took a photo and someone's like, your eyes are real white. I had just put Lumify drops in. Maybe we'll do a little. They only work for me for like 2 seconds. There we go. There we go. So, I've said this a million times. I believe there are real trans people. I believe it. I don't believe you can change your gender physically. I don't. So I'm so sorry. I don't believe that because it's a lie too. But I believe you suffer from this affliction. I believe it. Just like I believe schizophrenics would hear those voices. That's shit that's all going on in their head, and there is no denying it. I just don't like when people want to force me to pretend I have it too. And I'm like, no. Not doing that shit. Oh, it's not my store? Well, then we'll take peach cobbler off. It was last week. We'll just put watermelon ice on. Or, yeah, that's what I thought. Rendezvous lip butter. All my new lip butters should be coming this week. I'm very excited. I really like our lip butters. I mean, they're so ooey gooey and juicy. I am I'm just rocking no makeup on my face all the fucking time. It's just that stuff I use over all my skincare. The Firming Berry Boost, guys. This shit. It pops out all your wrinkles because it's, look how moisturized. Like, I got the J-Lo glow because I have so much goop on my face. But I feel good. And I look younger in my mind. It's so funny. Like, I have this brown wig and I put it on and I'm like, I do look 10 years younger without my gray. I totally do. Whatever. What a coincidence. Russell Brand gets red pill. Now he's a target. Oh, I know. Gee. Anyone who questions our multinational corporation overlords. Oh, they're all rapists. And oh, yeah. Oh, all of them. Remember when Johnson & Johnson kept that talcum powder on shelves for 10 years, knowing the entire time it was giving women uterine cancer? Do you guys remember that? Funded by your big pharma. Wasn't it Pfizer was in the biggest lawsuit in human history because they lied and hurt people? Funded by Pfizer. They love you. And they just want to protect you from Russell Brand. He's a bad. Which lip butter is my favorite? It depends. I like teas a lot because it's light. But Rendezvous is really good too. I can't believe we have this many viewers today. It's so weird. It won't be this way later. Trust me. You look gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Wednesday, I'm probably going to stream on Instagram in the morning. Same bat time. Not same bat channel. So if you guys are bored and you want to come. My husband will be streaming on Twitch. Twitch.tv/ducksauce. He's so handsome. I love him so much. I'm like, dude, we've been together now, like, it's going to be 9 years in January. And I'm like, and you're so fucking hot. And we're like best friends. And he makes me laugh until I cry. I can't even breathe. My stomach hurts so bad from laughing so fucking hard. 2,000 people passed the border this morning. That's every day. That's all the time. And soon they're going to start raping and murdering people. I'm sorry. Unchecked. Just people floating in, and they get all the rights. Anything they want, they get. Not you. Fuck you. They steal your money in taxes, and then anything non-Americans that just go. There's no government after them. They're not seeking asylum. They're seeking your fucking free ride, baby, and they're getting it. And everyone's like, I'm going to keep voting for the Democrats. I love my money being stolen and given to them. And I want them to have all the rights and not me because I'm white and I'm privileged and it's bad and I should be punished. Okay? Sure. Go look how that's working out in Sweden. There's like blocks of it's almost like a different country. They don't integrate into your country. They don't care about your country. They don't care about your culture. And they come here, they have no respect for your judicial system, your judges, what's culturally right or wrong. They don't fucking care. Fuck you, give me your money. That's what they're here for. Why is this happening? Because there are no parties. Because they want global unity. And soon we'll have a one religion and a one government and the mark of the beast and AI will tell you what to do. And it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. We're all going to be friends. All right. I'm going to go. I'm going to make some eggs. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming. Love to you all. Remember, we all hear the voices too. Every schizophrenic is oppressed, and we also hear the voices. And how dare you even suggest those voices aren't real and that the rest of us don't hear them too? Because we do, and if you say not, you're schizophobic. Don't be a schizophobic. Don't do it. Bye, guys.